Hello pageant nerds, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Pageant Nerd, your resident pageantologist, here to break down the stories, sagas, and substance of the world's biggest beauty competitions. You'll have to excuse my nasal tones today. I'm in the midst of a cold, but I'm also going on holidays in a couple of days and I wanted to get this video out to you before I jetted off. So, today I want to talk about a pageant that's truly surprised me this year. Not just because of who won, though that was incredible, but because of how the whole thing was formatted, presented, and ultimately how it felt. Many of you know I've long considered Miss Universe to be the gold standard. But after watching the Miss World 2025 festival from start to finish, I think my mind has changed, especially with everything that's going on right now with the other Alpha pageant. Now I know, the pageant wrapped up a little while ago, so no, this isn't a hot off the presses recap. This is something more reflective. I've had time to sit with the results, re-watch key moments, and think more deeply about what Miss World really stands for, and why, in 2025, it might just have earned my full respect, even surpassed Miss Universe. Let me explain why. Firstly, Miss World 2025 stuck to and doubled down on its continental format. A top 40 made up of top 10s from the Americas, Caribbean, Europe, Africa, and Asia Oceania. These top 10s then went to regional top 5s, then a top 2. But what stood out was how intentional everything felt. Every continent had a path to the final, and when a super strong top 4 emerged, one each representing Asia, Africa, the Americas, and Europe, it felt like the format was actually working the way it was designed. It's inclusive, not performatively, but structurally. And this year, it paid off. Thailand made history with its first ever Miss World title, improving on Nicolene's first runner-up finish in 2018 and adding to its 2 Miss Universe titles to date. Ethiopia scored its best ever result in a major pageant, a historic moment for East Africa. 2021 winner Poland returned to the top 3 for the second time in 3 editions, quietly consistent. And Martinique proved once again that small territories can bring big energy. And for the crossover queens, what a year! Thailand's Opal Suchata, of course, competed twice at Miss Universe Thailand before finishing, shockingly, third runner-up at Miss Universe 2024, until the MUO revoked her placement when she was appointed Miss World Thailand. That detour turned out to be destiny. And if you want to understand the real cultural weight of these titles, just compare the homecomings of our reigning Alpha Queens. When Opal returned to Thailand recently as Miss World 2025, she was met with parades, media frenzy, and a nation that fully embraced her win. It was front page news, a genuine moment of national pride. Meanwhile, Miss Universe 2024 quietly returned to Denmark with barely a ripple. No press conferences, no national celebration, just a few polite mentions in local media. Now, to be fair, pageantry is simply not as big a deal in Denmark as it is in Thailand, where beauty queens are household names. But the contrast is still striking. One queen was treated like a national hero, the other like a passing curiosity. And it shows that the significance of a crown doesn't just depend on the title, it depends on the country that receives it. Moving on, and Namibia's Selma Kamanya, who competed at Miss Universe 2018, reached the top 8. Its best Miss World showing since Michelle McLean made top 5 in 1991, before going on to win Miss Universe 1992. Cameroon made the top 20, continuing her strong track record after placing at Miss Universe 2023. And Lebanon, after being mocked publicly by Osmel Sosa and Kunan last year, she returned to the international stage and thrived. Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just showing up and proving people wrong. India hosted Miss World for the third time and once again delivered a spectacle grounded in culture, hospitality, and scale. The festival format this year really leaned into experience over elimination. From the opening ceremony all the way to the finale, it felt like a celebration rather than a countdown clock. Fast Track winners added texture throughout the competition, reminding us that Miss World is about more than the final night. Top model, talent, sports, multimedia, head-to-head challenge, and of course, beauty with a purpose. It's not about being best in all or racking up the wins. It's about showing your range and proving you're the best all-rounder for the year-long job. Every pageant season has its storylines, and this year's Miss World was rich with them. Indonesia placed for the 12th consecutive year, the longest active streak in pageantry right now. Brazil secured yet another runner-up placement, but still no Miss World crown since 1971. And for my many Filipino viewers, let's talk about Krishna Gravides. While she didn't advance all the way to the top 4, her presence was still felt. She held her own throughout the festival, performed strongly in a few fast-track events, and carried the Philippines' long legacy at Miss World with poise, taking the Continental Queen of Beauty title for Asia. It's never easy when expectations are sky high, and we know how passionate Filipino fans are, but Krishna did not disappoint. Sometimes the final result doesn't reflect the full journey, and this year she walked it with quiet strength and undeniable grace. And lastly, while England's withdrawal briefly created headlines, it was the only real controversy of the year, and didn't derail the event. That says something about Miss World's stability. I used to think Miss World was the boring pageant, the slow one, the one without the moment. But you know what Miss World has that the others don't? Integrity. It stayed consistent for over 70 years. No gimmicks, no shock eliminations, just a slow, steady evolution built around something real. Beauty with a purpose. Beauty with a purpose isn't a box-ticking exercise. It's the core of the job. And the queens they've crowned, especially recently, from Karolina Bialowska to Toni Ann Singh to now Opal Suchata, go on to serve, not just pose. Now let's be fair, it's not perfect. Miss World still needs to modernise its telecast. The fast-track events could be given more airtime and scores should be shown clearly. The head-to-head process could be more transparent. And pacing still needs tightening. But that doesn't take away from what it gets right. Because this isn't just a show, it's a recruitment process for a global ambassador, one who needs compassion, credibility, and consistency, not just a fierce walk. So here's the thing. For years I've admired Miss Universe for its spectacle, its stage, its social buzz. But Miss World 2025 reminded me that pageantry can be meaningful without being messy. Opal Suchata, the format, the continental first approach, the calm professionalism, all of it came together in a way that felt right. This was a competition with heart, history, and honour. So yes, for now, Miss World rules the roost. My roost at least. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give it a thumbs up, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more pageant history, stats, and stories. Until next time, stay nerdy, stay fabulous, and never forget, crowns fade, but legacy endures. This has been The Pageant Nerd. Bye for now.